Shalom, Yasharala. It's your baby brother Yahakarab coming at you with another quick hit. And this going to be surrounding the video that the brother, the elder Yashawamba did. Just a few precepts that I want to bring out. Just to add my little 2 cents. Well, add the 2 cents of mine of the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Before I start, let me start off by saying, Call Haloim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Kakodash, and double honors to the big brethren, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and to the rest of the brethren on down that's teaching and preach the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Shalom Ba'yatha Dawada, and to the Akim and Akwathium that's out there repenting. Shalom to you, Masapaka. Shalom. I just want to go into this because our people got the habit of letting some heathens tell you to forget. Well, that was a long time ago. Just forget it. Nah, we ain't forgetting shit. The Most High said remember, and that's what we gonna do. Because if you don't remember your past, Slakia, let me put this charger on this. Slakia, Yasharala, bear with me. Slakia. The Most High saying, remember. He ain't say forget. Because if you forget your past, how you gonna know your future? How you gonna know what's planned for you? How you gonna know where you going? You ain't gonna know nothing. So we gotta remember everything. Why? Because what did he say? I ain't even had that one, but I might as well read it anyway. Let's go here. Let's read that. What is that? Romans, if I'm not mistaken. Romans 15 and Romans 15 and verse 4. What did he say? For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. Now, he said, now the things that was written aforetime meaning past. So if those things that was written in the past was written for our benefit, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, did that sound like forget the past? No, man. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is telling us to remember the past. I don't get it. These people, well, I get it. They just dumbasses. And these damn devils that tell you to forget your past because they was the motherfuckers doing this to you. Were doing this to us, rather. So if I take something that belonged to you and it was of any value to you, and I take it and I pass it down to my sons and my children, yeah, I'm going to tell your children, oh, forget about that. That was a long time ago, because I don't want you to come and take something that's valuable to me. Why would you want to forget something that was done to you? Let me just get to it. Let me just get into these Slakia. Let me just get into these scriptures because I wanted to make it quick and snappy. But the Most High ain't telling us to forget. He telling us to remember. That's why I don't get it. Ain't no shaking hands with people. Ain't no being friends with these motherfuckers. Ain't no smiling in these motherfuckers' face like it's a game. This ain't no game. And ain't nobody finna be friends with no damn heathen-ass motherfuckers that done slaughter us. Ain't no being no friends. Ain't no smiling in no motherfucker body face. Most High he ain't say forget. He said remember. Matter of fact, let's read this one. Our forefathers, they didn't forget nothing. They remembered everything. Let me just try to make this real quick and snappy. Let's read this before I get into it. Psalms 137 and verse 7 and 8. Remember, O Yahweh, Did he say, no, forget it, O Yahweh? Did he say, forget the children of Edom? No, listen. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Yasharal, who said, raise it, meaning destroy it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Why? Because it's only right. They did it to us. They dashed our little ones in alligator's mouth. They dashed our little ones with stones and fed them to wild dogs and so on and so forth. It's only right that that happened back to them. And it's going to happen back to them. This ain't for you soft-hearted motherfuckers, man. The Most High is not dealing with no weak people that's not going to be able to do what he tell them to do in the time when that time come. He gonna tell you to go back home. Go take your ass back home and go wash some dishes or something. And go scrub the floor. That's what he gonna tell you. Because he can't use you. I just don't get it. But he says what? Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Yasharal, who said, raise it, destroy it. Man, these people have always been fucking us over throughout the ages. He didn't say forget it. He said remember it. Let me bring these scriptures out. Then I'm going to play this video that the brother brought out. And that's going to be it. But let me read these first. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. Tell thee what? All these things is written and happened to you in the past. Now, but he says, remember the days of old and consider the years of many generations. Many years is 3 or more. That's many. Because you got a year, that's meaning 1. Then you got a couple of years, that's 2. And then you got many years, that's 3 and 4. So he says, remember the days of old, consider the years of many, that's 3 or more. And then he said generations. A generation is 100 years. So he's telling you to remember back 300 and 400 years. Remember, and I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it with the scriptures that he said, remember back those amount of many years. He ain't just saying that, oh, just remember 2 or 3 years and then just let it go. No, the Most High is telling us to remember back 300, 400, 500 years. He's telling us to remember back that long. Remember. And he actually telling us to remember back longer than that. Remember what they did to Yahushua Mashiach. Remember what they did to your big brother. That's over 2,000 years. So he's telling us to remember. He ain't telling us to forget. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. He's saying remember. He ain't saying forget. And I'm going to prove that he's saying remember 400 and 500 years. I'm going to prove it with the scriptures. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 46. Isaiah 46 and 8. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Meaning, remember everything that we did wrong and don't do it. And remember everything that the Most High did to us for our disobedience. How he said, I'm going to send your enemies against you. Remember that. Remember the former things. Verse 9, Isaiah 46 and 9. Remember the former things of old. For I am power, and there is none else. I am power, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Now, when it comes to us, what's the pleasure of the Most High? What's the pleasure of the Most High? He said he gonna pay these people back for what they did. It ain't about forgetting. It's about remembering and keeping that fire in you. It ain't about no fucking forgetting like Denzel Washington is teaching his damn sons. No, don't forget the past. Don't bear grudge. Don't bear anger. You man, don't harbor anger. You was out your goddamn mind. If you did something to these damn dirty, stinky ass Edomites, they remember that shit and they pass that shit down to their kids to remember. Why you think they still persecuting your motherfucking asses? Because they remember what they did to us in times past. They remember that shit. And they pass that shit down to their children to treat you accordingly. To treat you the same way that they always been treating us. But you gonna tell your kids, no, forget that. Crazy as shit. Now, what did the Most High? Matter of fact, let me just read this one. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Let's see what the pleasure of Yahweh is for these individuals that did these horrible things to us. And then walk around right now today, act like they ain't did nothing wrong. 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. That's the pleasure of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. What would you think? Why you think Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua say the day of vengeance is in my heart? Why you think he got vengeance in his heart? Meaning for payback. Mashiach can't wait till Yahweh say, go son, go redeem your brother and your sister. He can't wait. Let's go to Hebrews. Because the Most High ain't told us nothing about forget, man. He ain't told us nothing about forget. He said remember. Hebrews 13:3. Remember them that are in bonds. Did he say forget? No, he says remember them that are in bonds as bound with them. Meaning your people that's in captivity, remember them. As ye yourself are bound, remember them. And them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body. Now he said that suffer adversity. Let's go into that and find out let's get a little bit of this adversity, and we're going to come back to this. Bear with me. Let's go in here and read it. What it says, Hebrews 13:3. Remember them that are in bonds as bound with them, and remember, Slakia, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body. Now let's go into that adversity. Let's go into this adversity. Because that bound meaning captivity. But let's go into this adversity.
Strong's G 2558. Kakucheo.
Let's go into it. Adversity. It says to treat ill, oppress, plague, torment, suffer adversity. It says what? Strong's definition. From a presumed compound of G2556 and G2192 to maltreat, which suffer adversity and torment. Let's get some further going to this adversity. It says adversity. Let's see. Let's click these. Misfortune, bad luck, trouble, difficulty, hardship, distress, disaster, misadventure, suffering, affliction, sorrow, misery, heartbreak, headache, tribulation, woe, pain, trauma, torment, torture, mishap, accident, shock, upset, reversal, setback, crisis, catastrophe, tragedy, calamity, trial, cross, burden, blow, buffet, and vicissitude, issue, hail, hassle, stress, dolor, and travails. Let's go into that vicissitude. it says what? Vicissitude. Let me see what they say. Oh, a change of circumstances or fortune, typically one that is unwelcome or unpleasant. So that's what we had to go to. That's what we had to go through behind these damn devils. And these motherfuckers run around talking about forget. Nah, we ain't forgetting. Yahweh said, remember. Bear with me, let's get back to it. Bear with me. Now, next scripture I want to go to, let's go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 to verse 10. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be. What did he say? The thing that had been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. What did he say? And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything wherever it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us. Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 15. That which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been. And Yahweh required that which is past. He required a past. He didn't say nothing about forgetting. Now let's go into these scriptures and find out. Let's see if the Most High, he said many generations. When you go back to Deuteronomy again, he says, remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, and thy elders, and they will tell thee. So the father said, now let me show you that he said, the many years he's talking about, he's talking about hundreds of years. Remember that. Don't forget it. Never forget it. Let's prove it. Let's go to 1 Samuel. And I love reading this one. I love reading going here. Because it clearly lets you know. The Most High, he ain't said nothing about forgetting no damn past. He telling your ass to remember. The devils is telling you because they know they're guilty. They telling you to forget. Now, the Most High ain't said forget. He said remember, Yasharala. Remember. Let's get it. 1 Samuel 15 and 1 to 3. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore, hearken thou unto the voice of the words of Yahweh. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel. Now, who is Amalek? Let's get it real quick. Let's go to Genesis 36 and I'll come back to it. Let's do it real quick. What time is it? All right. Genesis. Let's find out who Amalek is. Genesis 36. And I'm going to start there. I'm going to read it from 8 to 12 is the point. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons. Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau. Revuel, the son of Basemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bore to him Amalek. So who is Amalek? Another tribe of the Edomites. They ain't number Edomites. That's who they is. Let's go back. 1 Samuel 15 and verse 2. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now, what did they do to us when we came out of Egypt? They our first enemies. They always been our enemies. But what did they do? Let's get it. What did they do when we came out of Egypt? What did they do? Deuteronomy 25, 17 to verse 19. Now let's find out what the Most High say about this. Remember what Amalek did unto thee, by the way, when you were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way, and smote the hindermost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not Yahweh. Therefore it shall be when Yahweh thy power had given thee rest from all thy enemies round about, in the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it. What did the Most High say? We shall not forget our enemies. We shall not forget what they did to us. We shall not forget how they oppressed us, killed us, slaughtered us, and afflicted us throughout all the ages. We shall not forget. He said, remember it. Let's go back. He says what? 1 Samuel 15:3. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, and camel and ass. Camel and ass. Now, how long ago was this when the Most High said, go and slaughter them, go pay them back? They still on the earth, so we still got to pay them back. We still gonna pay them back. All these fucking Edomites go get it. But how long ago was this when he told Samuel to tell Saul to go and do this? Let's find out how much time went by. Let's go to Acts, and I'm going to end it off there. Let's go to Acts 13. Acts 13, and I'm going to start at 17. The power of this people of Israel chose our fathers and exalted the people when they dwelt as strangers in the land of Egypt, and with an high arm brought he them out of it. And about the time of 40 years suffered he their manners in the wilderness. And when he had destroyed 7 nations in the land of Canaan, he divided their land to them by lot. And after that he gave unto them judges about the space of 450 years until Samuel the prophet. So it was 450 years later, after they did these things to us. It was 450 years when the Most High said, okay, Samuel, go tell Saul that I want him to go pay these damn animals, these fucking Edomites back for what they did to y'all. 450 years prior to when he told him to go do it. So the Most High required, he said, remember the years of many generations. That's the many. So how many years has these people oppressed us in this dirty ass place, in this captivity? How long have they oppressed us? The Most High required that which is past. Period. Now I'm going to play this video, but before I do, let me end it off and say, call alarm and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah Ba'ashim Kakadash, and double honors to the big brother and the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and to the rest of the brethren on down is teaching and preaching this truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Shalom Bayat HaDawadah, and to the Akim and Akwafdim that's out there repenting, Shalom to you, Mashpekah, Shalom.
But Tulsa's whites gave them something. Promises. Now, in fact, after the riot, the city's white establishment said it was going to rebuild Greenwood. What happened?
They lied. Not a dime. They proceeded to pass a fire ordinance that said, in effect, that you cannot build on property that had been burned. They wanted to starve blacks out of the land. They made it known to all philanthropic groups, we don't want your money. We would take care of our own. And there would be no problem. They spoke. They lied.
Courts and insurance companies paid some damage claims filed by whites. All black claims were rejected. A grand jury filed no charges against whites. 57 blacks were indicted for rioting. And in fact, they'd put up one hell of a fight.
In my community, among those survivors, they won the riot. They won it. You know, only till he brought airplanes in and dropped bombs and fire bombs and brought the National Guard in could they subdue my people. That's the view from the black community, that airplanes and National Guard saved them white folk. We were winning.
For Ross, setting up a legislative commission to study the riot was a way of keeping that pride alive. Eddie Faye Gates is one of the members.
It said history is the lie agreed upon. Well, somebody agreed not to tell the story of the riot in Tulsa. At first, there was denial, It didn't happen. It wasn't that bad. Now, Tulsa and Oklahoma's way past the denial stage.
The commission is looking for the truth by looking for the dead. But Greenwood is looking for more than just some unmarked graves.
Somebody has to pay when they do wrong. If you don't, if there's no penalty for wrongdoing, there's no incentive for societies to do the right thing.
Who should get reparations, the 60 or 70 survivors or the descendants of all the people who were wronged at the time?
My wish list, which I don't think we'll ever get, would be that there would be adequate monetary payments to survivors, the living survivors. For the descendants, maybe scholarships for the college-age children of these descendants.
The sons don't pay for the sins of the fathers. They pay for only their own sins.
State Representative Bill Graves opposed setting up the commission and thinks Tulsa should put the past where he says it belongs, in the past.
The statute of limitations is run on the people here involved that were injured.
What would you say to one of the survivors who would say to you, lost my home, lost everything my family had worked for?
I'd have to tell them that I didn't think they have any right to money from the legislature. This is a tragic thing that happened to them. Tragic things happen to other people that seems unjust to us, yet we have to live with them.
What do you think should come out of this? A memorial?
I have no problem with a memorial. That these people should be, remembered and honored for what they had to go through.
Don Ross says he doesn't need a memorial. He's already got one. His anger.
21. I feel strongly, if I'm ever satisfied with whatever we do, that I will let down some people who educated me in my life and who died angry. I am their living memorial. My anger is.
But George Monroe, the kid with the sore fingers, has a longer view about reparations, about monuments, and about everything that's happened and not happened in Tulsa since that dark day in 1921.
It's still here, even today in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Segregation is still here. It's still here. But it's loosening up a little bit now.
So 75 years after the riot, segregation is loosening up a bit.
A bit. That's a good description, just exactly what you said. A bit.